When teams get on losing streaks, you're going to hear a lot of the same things. Undefeated Portage is hosting undefeated Berlin. Let's take you through it one more time. So you're probably going to have to watch the game on TV because the only thing that might get a live look is Mount Nittany. Let's take the defending national champs, the LSU Tigers, as an example, led by the Tiger King himself. According to a report by the Lexington Herald-Leader, LSU football made about $56 million in the fiscal year 2018 to 2019. It came down to an Indiana two-point conversion. Penn State usually dominates Maryland. A loss, another slow start, another almost. Now what? Did you know people in Nebraska love hamburger on pizza? That's a real thing. They hear some noise coming from here, so what do? They check it out, and it turns out to be 3 baby squirrels. Now, if that sound was enough to make you uncomfortable, imagine being in this stadium with more than 100,000 people loud and proud. So the day starts here at Old Main Lawn, College game day coming to town, and it finishes here at Beaver Stadium.
Because the league had been trying literally everything it could think of to try and stay safe.
There's so many things different about Major League Baseball this season. So new manager Derek Shelton goes out there and new rules. You have to social distance and mask up to argue.
Corona's really changed our lives. Hand me my mask is the new hold my earrings.
You see all sorts of students camping out in these tents. It's snowing, and we're still playing Big Ten football. Apparently, after wins, the Penn State football team gets to grub up on Mondays. They call it Victory Monday Dinner, and now all I want is French fries.
Oh my gosh. Yeah!
No way. You gotta be kidding
Nothing
me.
but net.
Oh my
No,
God.
you have to be kidding. No way.
Nothing but
You
net.
have to show me the video. When you get into the game, chances are you'll hear it. Then you'll see him.
Welcome to the greatest atmosphere in all of college football.
Eric Gaspich is the mic man with all the moves.
Student who's confident, who has outstanding speaking skills, who has a lot of energy, obviously, because he's going to be performing in front of over 100,000 people. To get him on the microphone saying, "Are you ready for Penn State football?"
A loud mouth with a bigger heart.
I'm being very genuine in saying this. I will do anything to make somebody happy or make their day.
Here's what you don't know. His story starts way before he even picked up a mic.
I was playing soccer at the age of 10. I was in a rec league, and I got tackled by a player on the opposing team.
This was not a scraped knee. This was serious. Gaspich had a traumatic brain injury.
With a lot of damage to the frontal lobe and the occipital lobe. So front and back, so the brain had bounced back and forth. I couldn't read, I couldn't write, I couldn't do math. I was able to see letters and identify what a letter was, but I couldn't put it together into a word.
He would have to work for years to get back on track, relearning how to do everyday things, having problems with memory, and especially noise.
I hear at negative decibels, and loud noises to you are extremely loud to me. My father one day was wrapping a sub, like a sandwich, in tin foil, aluminum foil. And the sound of the aluminum foil was enough that I had to walk away from the situation.
Now, if that sound was enough to make you uncomfortable, imagine being in this stadium with more than 100,000 people loud and proud.
During my freshman year, I didn't even have student tickets to the football games because it was still too loud for me to be able to handle it. During my sophomore year, I decided that I was going to be a Nittanyville student, and I was going to be in Nittanyville every week that I could. Even if I had to put headphones on, I was going to be in that stadium because I'm a Penn State fan, live and die, and that's what I was going to do.
When he had the chance to try out, well, you know the rest.
Are you ready for Penn State football?
I'm considered their miracle patient, so I wasn't supposed to be even able to finish high school in their eyes.
Eric Gaspich is the mic man, and he is so much more. Peter Terpstra for Nittany Nation.
Kindergarten is when I really started noticing, being around all the other kids, and you know, they would stare at me some, but wasn't really a big deal. But I finally noticed that, oh wow, I don't have hands. There are a couple of things I can't do, like tie my shoes or my pants or whatever, but nothing major. It's just a sort of never give up mentality, and I've got a lot of great guys surrounding me, and you know, they encourage me all the time, and they just make it easy. I try to use my shoulders a lot more. I get down a little lower than what most people would to try to make up for that, you know, get up under their shoulder pads instead of grabbing at it. It definitely is an awesome feeling, but it's not really anything special, in my opinion, being out here and doing it.
It was the night before Christmas and all through Happy Valley. The streets looked empty. No John, Jack, or Sally. You closed the door and spent a lot of time in your room. And when you weren't eating, you spent a lot of time on Zoom. Sports disappeared, and then they came back. The Big Ten said football's our ticket. Look, touchdowns and sacks. You waited and you watched, all from your couch. Then the first 5 games, ouch, ouch, and ouch.
Fumble and scoop by Deontay Williams. A scoop and score.
It was time to turn it around. They came up with a plan. Coaches had gray hairs.
That's what 0-5 will do to you, man.
You learned plenty in that time. You met some new faces, like Lee and Smith.
Brandon Smith. I know you love him in linebacker.
And Washington making plays out in spaces.
Washington cuts it inside. Still on his feet inside the 10. Parker Washington touchdown.
The rough start lingered, then Penn State made its mark. It started at Michigan and finished in University Park. Then the taste went from sour to sweet. Penn State was getting better after getting beat. 4 straight wins to finish up the year, showing everyone that the future is here.